Let me tell you something. And whether I post this or not, or it's just to my future self or whatever, let me tell you something. One day, you're not going to have time to sit with God. One day, you're not going to have time to study. One day, you're not going to have time to just do nothing and sit and write in your prayer journal and just vent to God. One day, you're going to be immobile. One day, you're going to not be able to move. And it's going to be really hard. And you might need assistance with taking care of yourself and just basically living. And then a different day, you're going to be in front of the very Lord that you are studying, right? And he's going to remember everything. He's going to remember everything. I remember all those nights you were mad at me because I protected you from something. All those nights you were crying over the same one guy, and then a few years it was the next guy. He's gonna already know. And whether this is for me only or for the world, I don't want to meet that day and the person in front of me knows everything and I don't know anything about him. After all my studying, after all my going back and forth with translations, after all my prayer journals, after all this time that I've been had, I don't want to be more wasteful. I don't want to waste anymore. If you can't, well, back it up, because we are very able. Whether you are enabled or disabled, we are actually still very abled, and I'll get into that later. But right now, for me, it's always been about choice up to this point. I was notorious for choosing people who did not choose me. I was like the queen of that. I would seek it out on purpose. Like, oh, they don't want me. They don't want to be friends. They don't want to hire me. I don't know what it was, but I had a fixation on proving my value. I had a fixation on proving that I am a worthy hire, a worthy girlfriend, a worthy friend, worthy of sitting at the table, worthy of being included. I had a deep problem of wanting to be included until I got tired of not being picked, not being considered, and then I had a problem with wanting to be alone. And one day, I faced that. I faced the fact that I am lost. And I had this problem of wanting to be chosen, but at the same time, I don't put myself in a position to even do that for my own self. I don't choose my own self. And it was a hard realization, and it was even harder when I went down to the roots to that. So I want to encourage you. I want to tell you that you do have time. You still have time. If you're watching this, you definitely got time. You got the 5 minutes to watch this. So you definitely got the 5 minutes to just crack open your Bible. If you turn to a random page, just know it wasn't by chance. It wasn't by coincidence. It wasn't random. Just read it. Just pray about it. Just if you hear a name and a number and you don't even know if that book even has that many chapters, go find it and see what it says. You don't know how to pray. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to vent. You don't know how to tell God what's going on because He knows it all already. Just say it. Just say it. And keep going. Let it roll. You got 5 minutes. Y'all seen that trend? You got 30 minutes. You literally got 30 minutes. Y'all got 5 minutes. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to scare you into the rapture. No, I'm not trying to do none of that. But if you knew how much time you had, how would you act?